Stardew Valley, arguably the coziest game out there, inspiring many to take up the hobby of game making with hopes to capture the charm it expertly exudes. We've all heard of it, the delightful way it handles the monotony of farming produce, the cast of NPCs many take an oddly obsessive attraction towards, and who can forget the absolute banger of a soundtrack. As sole developer, ConcernTape has done an excellent job at masterfully creating what many happily sink thousands of hours into. It's the perfect little town where you lend a helping hand, make friends, and build a bustling life for your content little farming fella. Fix up your cabin, help the town, perhaps even create a humble little family. It's all up to you. Build the life you want. You could delve into the world of mods if you feel like it, and make your game so much more personal. Perhaps even better. Whatever makes you happy. How selfish. An aggressive way to start, I know, and I've definitely angered somebody out there, but hear me out. It's true. Sorry for the spoilers, but nothing happens without you around. Yes, it's pretty much the basis for all video games, but this one's a little stranger. The museum remains empty, the community center is left to rot. Hell, the town's only mode for public transportation just sits there, not even stripped for parts to help with something more useful. Everything relies on you, the midlife crisis office worker who moved to town on an impulsive whim. It's not just the town in general, of course, but the townsfolk have it a little worse. Without you, Gus will fall into bankruptcy because of Pam, Leah doesn't take advantage of her art, Sam's music is never heard, Penny never gets out, and Shane... well, he won't be paying his taxes for much longer, of course. Now, hearing all of that, it's safe to assume that the town... well, the town needs you, but say it didn't. Say the town remaining stagnant is the best outcome. Untouched and progressing as intended, everything flows as it should without interruption, everybody just doing as they please. Then you get involved. A cheerful farmer inserting themselves into the town, generally doing their best for the good of the town. And what kind of world would it be if your efforts didn't work, right? All the time you spent making friends, fulfilling requests, giving gifts, it makes things worse. Yeah, they might end up liking you more, maybe even more than you thought. A lot more than you thought. They may no longer participate in their daily activities. Instead, they'd rather surround themselves with you and your super special one-heart relationship. They open up to you, telling you details of themselves and other people around town, slowly becoming more and more honest. And of course, complicated relationships exist no matter where you go. Why should the town be any different? Friendships not including you exist, as does mutual hatred. That's fine, you say. I can build bridges and everything will be peaceful and lovely, you say. But that's not the point. Are you even listening? You don't make the town better, you make it worse. Your presence drives the whole town closer and closer to madness, and you can't fix it. You come into town and move things how you want, and the original people get no say. And that's where we start. Welcome to the creation of the mod series Your Fault Valley, a horror mod that doesn't outright jump at you or yell. Instead, it stands a few steps away from you, not threatening you, but rather making you so uncomfortable and so unsettled that you don't want to play it anymore. You can complain all you want about their changes, but we both know it's you who did this. And all because you got curious, I'll be elbow deep in their brains. I'll just be in there, pulling at stuff I really shouldn't be pulling at. You're like a parasite. You're like the flu or the cold. You're just infecting everybody who comes near you. Now I want to be clear here, I'm not a master modder by any degree, and I don't claim to be either. I'm just a guy who doesn't like it when spooky shit yells at me. I'm very sensitive. How are we gonna start? Well, that's an easy one. I've actually already gotten quite a bit done. The brewing process for this project has just been going really well, and it's only now that I've decided to start documenting it. the Stardew modding community isn't small. Not by a long shot. There are thousands of mods, ones that tell you when your crops are going to be finished, ones that turn your town into a goth, punk, cottage, fairy core environment. I don't even know what that is, but I'm damn sure it probably exists. There are mods like this one that expand the townspeople's dialogue by the thousands, giving them a variety of flavor text that's sweeter, spicier, even lore-filled. But I've never seen a mod that turns the town into something you shouldn't enjoy. A mod that turns everybody into an unlovable community that shouldn't adore the farmer without question. And they don't. They use the farmer, insult them, threaten them, generally thinking only about themselves. Just like the farmer does. Of course, in a non-degrading way. Not like that. You freak. I wanted to start with the smartest woman in town, Maru. Why Maru? Honestly, I've never really felt any kind of appreciation for the character myself. Something about her always made me think she was a child, maybe 14 or 15, and I've never gotten past it. She's the character I think of the least, and it makes her perfect. Now, I'm sure diehard Maru fans do exist, and I did choose her for this out of personal opinion, but Maru blends in. And who better to know what's going on than someone you don't see? Of course, she won't know what's going on at first, you haven't pushed yourself into her life enough. But when you arrive, she'll feel it. That first little inkling that something's been tampered with. You'll do something she knows isn't right, and something you're not supposed to, and she's not ready for it. Just as a warning, Maru doesn't take this well. The closer you get, the more the facade chips away and she understands what's going on. Or she thinks she understands what's going on. And remember, this mod isn't about you. She doesn't have to accept this new, tampered reality as her own, and she certainly doesn't have to accept you. This is the current edition of Maru's introduction. It's something to give you an idea as to how we're gonna be operating this joyless joyride. It's not much to go off of now, but as you get to know Maru's new quirk, it won't come without consequences. I've already told you that, haven't I? I've already told you that you're not the hero, you're not the cure-all around here. You're not here to help. I can't find you. You moved. You fucking moved. Don't be sad, you little freaky nut. This isn't the end. Far from it. This is just part 1. I'll be documenting more of my brewing process on here. And you can get each character in advance from my Nexus page, Hughskadoo. I'd love for some testers when each one's ready. Hopefully I can get Maru out there for testing in the next couple days. And so long as everything goes to plan, this month should be very eventful. Now don't you